So if you're looking for a look to do in less than 10 minutes using minimal product, then this is for you. This is gonna be your next spring look, how you're gonna be able to actually apply an entire face just using some blush and some bronzer and a really good quality foundation and concealer. And of course, you got the whole, brows and lashes and a good lip color. So stick around. If you wanna know how to get ready in 10 minutes or less, then this is for you. So I already primed my face and moisturized. And so now I'm gonna take a damp blender full, okay? When you do it damp, you're able to build in layers. And I'm gonna go into my palette that has my corrector to totally correct all these imperfections, a brightening concealer to give life to the face and highlight, and then of course your foundation. Less is more when you're using pro products. And this is gonna be a great tip. I haven't showed this part a lot. You're gonna get it on the pointed part of the blenderful versus a lot of times you'll see me twist in with the flat and start, applying to this areas of the face. But I learned this pro tip and I tried it a few times and I actually love it. So we're gonna reverse it. We're gonna use the tip, the egg part, and you're actually gonna start in the center of the face because that is the main focal point of what you're trying to, correct or, camouflage, not necessarily on the outer part of the face. So what you do is you start on the inner part all around the nose and you start to bring it out. So see how we're doing that? And I'm telling you, you're gonna use less this way and you're basically going into the areas that need help, okay? And then what it's going to do, starting in the center of the face like this, is you're gonna see once we start to roll it out to the sides of the face, there's gonna be less on that outer perimeter so you don't have that cakey face. Does that make sense? Okay, so I'm gonna get in the eyes. You always wanna get the eyelids just like this to create a nice canvas because you got those veins and darkness in the eyes, and get the fold to the nose. And I'm just doing this bouncing and bobbing motion. So already we got this beautiful glow going on. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to the clean side and just kind of like press and roll out. So I really love that, especially if you want more of a natural look. You're just gonna press and roll out from the center of the face all the way out like that. And then what I love, like I said, it's buildable. So if I wanted a little bit more, then I'm gonna kind of come in just like this and just kind of touch in those areas where I want a little bit more. But I love, love, love this Pro Foundation because it really does go on like second skin and you have control on how you want to apply it. So let me look at my mirror over here because sometimes it's hard to judge with the phone. I don't want to put too much makeup on. And then always come down your neck, guys, okay? Hello, Pamela, hi. Say hello when you guys are jumping on. I see so many people coming on. Thank you so much for coming on and learning with me. I love it, I love it, I love it. Okay, so then what you're gonna do is you're gonna go into your concealer. You can use the tip of your sponge, you can use your finger, you can scrape some out. But what I'm gonna do is use the same sponge and I'm gonna just rub it into my concealer and then come into the inner part of the eye. So again, the reason I'm showing it you this way is because I want to use minimal tools and show you how to get ready in 10 minutes, okay? So give me some credit if we run over because I'm trying to teach you. So I'm going to be going a little bit slower than I normally would as if I was just sitting here quiet, right? So I'm just kind of getting on the inner part of the eye and then I'm going to turn to the flat side and kind of just like really press everything out. I love taking setting spray. This is another trick, and spraying the sponge. All right, working it in and then setting it before you do anything else. I'm telling you, it's gonna take away the creasing. It's gonna push your foundation and concealer into the skin to look glowy like second skin. So if you're loving this and learning so far, I'm gonna ask you to share down in the comments and share this video. Yeah, John's supporting me. Hey, honey. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set it with some translucent setting powder. Translucent setting powder is weightless and colorless, okay? You wanna do this so that you get a nice blendable slip on the eyelids when you're doing your eye colors. And also it's gonna set the concealer from creasing. I like to really dust the T-zone, like the whole center, because I don't wanna look greasy here, but I wanna look glowy on the outer. So I'm not gonna powder the whole face because I want that dew, I want that glow. Next, what you're gonna do is, I love, love, love this palette, okay? You can get a duo palette or a trio, and you get to plug in any colors you want in here. I'm using a bronzer, a highlighter, and a blush, okay? So what I'm gonna do is take my angled brush, go into my bronzer, and I'm just going to form a number 3 like this. So remember, this is the 10-minute get ready with me, right? So we're gonna create a number 3, and then what you do is you turn to the flat side and then really blend it in. So this is great if you don't want 3 different tools for the face and you just wanna kind of get that quick, you know, nice J-Lo halo, they call it, right? So it's like forming a number 3. So if you got that so far, say yes in the comments. If you're liking this and you understand that it's a number 3, that's what you do on the face. So you could turn it to the other side to really like blend that in. Thanks, John. Love you too. Then what you're gonna do is take the flat side of your brush and you're gonna go into the blush, okay? There's a couple ways that you can do your blush. You can keep it up on an angle on the outer parts, or you can get that wintry flush, and that whole wintry flush, or like that fresh, like you just worked out flush, you would hit the apples of the cheeks, and I'm gonna do this one because I always show you the other one and I want you to learn something new. So you kind of just hit the apples of the cheeks and the center of the nose. All right, I love that. It looks like you worked out. It's very youthful, and if anything's about youth looks, it's me, okay? I want that youthy glow. So I'm just gonna hit those, kind of like you're just going around this section just like that, okay? Then I'm gonna clean it off on a paper towel and just give it a nice blend. Now, don't worry if you went too far down, if you messed up on your contour, because you just take your sponge and just clean up your lines if you messed up. That's it. If you put on too much blush or bronzer and you're like, whoa, guess what? Just take this and roll over it with some foundation and you'll instantly lighten it up. So don't worry about going too heavy-handed. Now I'm gonna take the same brush and I'm gonna use this part of it and go into the highlighter, and that's where I'm gonna dust it on the upper parts of the cheek, tip of the nose, and above the brow bones, okay? So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the same palette. This is awesome, this part I love, this trick. We're gonna use the same palette and we're gonna do our eyes, okay? So I love this look for spring, summer, laziness, running out to go grocery shopping. You want something on your eyes, but you don't wanna do the whole eyeshadow thing. You get me, you follow me? Say yes down below if you're like that, right? You want something on your eyes, but you don't necessarily wanna do the eyeshadow look. So what you would do is you're gonna take this long fluffy brush because it's gonna be soft. You're gonna go into that bronzer, and this is bronzer number 1. It has a slight shimmer to it, but there are mattes. When you're doing palettes like this, you get to pick matte. This could be your translucent setting powder. This could be a matte bronzer, and this could be any shade of blush that you want. You get to create your own palette. So we're gonna take some of that bronzer. Yep, there's the yeses. Say yes if you're loving this. Janet, thank you, thank you. That's because I've been using a lot of oils. I've been using a lot of face oils lately. So what you're gonna do is tip back a little bit because you wanna get that hooded part. And if you don't have hooded eyes, still tip your head back. This is how you get that upper crease. Because I'm gonna show you on this eye, if I lift up, which I'm sure most of you do, if I lift up and put my bronzer in here, when I drop, look, it's gone. It's completely gone. So I like to relax my eyes, tip my head back, and just hit this bronzer on the upper lids, just like this. I'm gonna go a little bit darker so you can see on the phone. And I'm gonna clean it off with my paper towel, and then I'm just gonna smoke it out, okay? And I'm gonna hug it around underneath the eye like this. Just smooth it out. You wanna use a long-haired brush like this when you're doing, anytime that you wanna soften the look or blend, because long hairs share things out. Shorter brushes will pack color on, okay? So now what I'm gonna do is go into a smaller eyeshadow brush, and I'm gonna go into that beautiful highlight color. This is actually under blushes on the website. It's number 6, it's called Glowing. So someone that has very fair skin would use this as a blush and would look very pinky. And then obviously the darker your skin goes, it can be used as a highlighter. So I love it. So again, we're multitasking. Remember, this is that 10-minute look. So I'm gonna put this shade all over my lower lid. Very pretty. And I'm also gonna repeat underneath the brow area a little bit, just like that. I'm also gonna take some of that pink, and just kind of give myself a little bit of color on the outer, and now we have a soft eye. Next, I'm gonna jump to brow pencil. You can use your brow gel, you can use brow powder, whatever you want. But for me, any type of 5-minute, 10-minute look is going to involve brows for me and mascara. Actually, I think I grabbed the wrong pencil. That one's too dark. Yeah, I was like, that's dark. I want the medium brown. So who else? If like you had to pick, let's play a little game. If you had to pick 2 items, I'm gonna let you pick 2. 2 items that you can't not leave the house with, what would they be? Mine would be mascara and brows. Tell me what yours are. You get to pick only 2. I said, okay, you gotta go grocery shopping. You might run into people that you know, or wherever it is you're going, you can only wear 2 products. What are your must 2? I'm dying to see what you guys answer. So I'm just kind of lightly creating a bigger brow. God, look at the difference. Look at the difference, just some hair strokes. Notice how I'm holding, here's a nice tip for you. Notice how I'm holding the end of the brush, the pencil. When you hold the end of something, it gives you the lightest touch so that you won't accidentally go too hard. And the reason I'm holding it at the very end is because I'm creating little hair strokes to fake hair. Because again, this is the fast look. I don't need to go out with like solid sculpted brows. So I'm not sure if you knew that. Same thing, if you hold the end of a blender brush or a blush brush, your touch is going to be so light versus if you hold down here, you're gonna pack on a lot of color. So that's a tip too, okay? Mascara, foundation, eyeliner, lipstick, brow pencil and gel. Yep. That's so funny. Actually, maybe mine would be foundation and no, I need brows. Brows and mascara. I'm not changing my mind. I'm not going back. Okay, so then the last thing you would do is obviously apply your mascara. So we're gonna get on, I'm gonna put on a thickening mascara. This has fibers in it and it's gonna give me volume and length with every coat. So I'm just wiggling back and forth and blinking. So I'm sure if I did less explaining and talking, this would be a 10-minute look, okay? The whole point of this video, and I'm gonna show you when I hold everything up, is to show you how minimal you can be and get an entire face, okay? Anybody can do this. Your 6-year-old can do this, okay? We're gonna let that dry so that I can get another coat and get them even longer and thicker. And then your lipstick is choice. Right now, because it's day and I'm gonna be going to the gym and stuff later, I don't know if you saw our new tinted lip balms. They're all natural, vegan, gluten-free. There's a clear one that's like eucalyptus, which I know some people put under their nose if they have a cold, kind of like Vicks Vapor Rub, but it's eucalyptus. Or they're just really great for those chapped lips. But then we also have tinted ones. So I love this one. This one's like a nice berry. We have baby pink. You gotta check them out. And you can use them as a blush, as your cream blush. Which I'll even put a little on here if you wanna see it. So say, this one's a little darker, but you can use them as your blush. But I'm just gonna use it. Just want a little tinted lip balm. Because again, I'm not in the mood for the whole lipstick thing, but that's what you can do. That is a fast look. And then of course you wanna set it. So we're gonna do another coat of mascara. You guys like that? What do you think? Say easy down in the comments if you think this is an easy breezy 10-minute look. So listen, ladies, for those of you that are new to this stuff, say goodbye to all the bottles and tubes, all the, the 50 palettes, all that kind of stuff, the leaking, the makeup hoard, all right? I want you to say goodbye to the makeup hoard and start minimalizing, right? Let's shorten up your routine for spring. I like that. Let's shorten up the routine for spring. And all you're gonna need is your foundation and your 2 concealers, your trio palette, a mascara, your brow product, and a lip gloss. That's it.